Learn how not to crash on this episode of Patrick's Travels. In this video, I'm going to show you how to drive a motorbike in Vietnam or Thailand. I cover all the aspects that you need to know to drive safely and get to your destination. I have been driving in Hcmc City for more than a year without a crash, and I feel that I've learned enough to share what I've learned driving on Vietnam's roads. Traffic in Saigon appears very chaotic, but there are underlying rules that govern the behaviour of motorcyclists and other road users. It would appear that there are no rules, but I would liken the traffic here to a flock of birds move together in synchronicity rather than in the West be very logically ordered. The traffic is much more free-flowing than in the West. It is important to adapt your driving on the scooter to Vietnam rather than continue to drive how you would in the West. That will actually put you in greater danger than adapting to Vietnamese style of driving. You'll need a helmet. It is a requirement here. And I think firstly just buying a ball helmet if you're riding in a city will be sufficient. But if you're traveling on longer trips, you probably want a full helmet with that nice full face protection in case of a crash. The first meter away from the curb is the danger zone. This is where motorbikes will stop, traffic will merge from the right, and you will also find oncoming traffic in this part of the road. Traffic will merge from the right, and they will not look over their shoulder or give way. It is your responsibility to give way to traffic in front of you in Vietnam. When driving along, if you see a nice stand, you can pull into the danger zone and then buy what you want. In this case I bought some Trad Tak and Trad Dao. I also like Nuc Mi. You should watch out for police officers. They wear an all beige uniform and have police spikes. They can wave you down and give you a fine. When turning right, it's still important to look left and to your right to check for traffic coming from both directions. Even when a traffic light is red, you can still turn right. Priority on the road is decided by the size of the vehicle, so make sure you stay well away from trucks and large vehicles, and also give way to cars as they are far more dangerous than motorbikes. At rush hour, you will often see riders mounting the pavement in order to bypass the traffic build-up. I would recommend against this unless there is a major blockage, and then it might be reasonable to drive on the pavement. Also beware of traffic that drive through red lights. This often happens and you should just be aware of it and pay attention at all times. Also beware of oncoming cars. They often come on the wrong side of the road. With roundabouts, again, there is no need to give way to traffic from the left. Enter the roundabout slowly and then slowly filter through the traffic. You may have to stop on the roundabout if there is too heavy traffic coming from the right.
So then you're always covering the brakes, so you're ready to immediately apply. As you see, my hands on the brakes.
Left can be a lot more tricky. You have to go out slowly and filter through both sides of the traffic. Here I turned left, but there was too much traffic, so I continued along the danger zone, and when it was safe to do so and the traffic had slowed down, there wasn't as much traffic, I could then turn right and pull out through the traffic. As you can see, it's much better to go out slowly than having very sharp, quick movements. People can judge how fast you are going and adapt to your behaviour. Some other important differences. A beep in the West is a sign of indicating your presence. Beeps normally indicate imminent risk of damage or danger. In Vietnam, when you beep, it means I have right of way, I am coming through. That's quite a large difference. You can use the beeps quite liberally and will not upset anyone. If you use a beep in the UK, you can very easily upset drivers. Owing to the chaotic nature of the traffic, levels of road rage are very low. Another benefit is that it is very convenient to get from point A to point B in the city, and you can get to almost anywhere in the city from the centre within 30 minutes. Another major difference, at night, when someone flashes their lights, it also means I have right of way, I am coming through. In the UK, flashing of lights indicates to the other person to come towards you if there is an obstacle. So when you're driving in a city, the speed limit is 40 kilometers an hour, and on the motorway it's 60 kilometers an hour. You don't have to drive too fast. When you're in the city, you'll mostly be driving at about 20 to 30 kilometers an hour, making an emergency stop very quick. It also allows you to react to events much faster. When driving, always use smooth movements. Try not to suddenly change pace or suddenly change lane. That will cause people to misjudge and misinterpret your behaviour on the road. To finish, you should drive slowly in Vietnam and always have the brakes covered with at least 2 fingers. Whilst riding the Ha Giang loop, I came across this joker, a foreign rider who was driving extremely erratically. You should always be careful when driving about what's going to come round the corner. Predictably, he had a crash with an oncoming motorbike, and he sustained quite bad injuries to the face. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more content.